Hey Void, how you doing? So, still on my Shutter wander, and I'm still in the deluge of foreign flicks, particularly dubbed foreign flicks that is down in this section. But this one, I was actually really looking forward to. Well, once I read the description for it, and that was Inferno, Dario Argento's Inferno. Now, reading the description, this was labeled as a follow-up to Suspiria. And I like Suspiria. I mean, I didn't. I wasn't raving about it like a lot of other people do, but I did appreciate Suspiria. So, this one with Dario Argento and apparently teaming up with Mario Bava, it sounded good. And it was kind of a follow up, like, this one seems to play up that there's three main witch mothers. Then I'm gonna butcher their names, but Magna Suspiratorium, which is the one from Suspiria. Then and then Mater Tenebrum, which is the one we're dealing with here, and Mater Lacrimosum, I believe is what it was, which is actually in the third movie, but that one didn't come out until 2007, so I'm pretty sure Argento didn't have his hands on that one. So I'm not sure how much of connected it is, but it was kind of following up with the third Witch Coven. And I was excited. I was looking forward to this one, but it did not do it for me, unfortunately. It still has Argento's style, and the soundtrack is great. It is still very atmospheric, but this one came across as a little bit random and sometimes a little bit silly, which completely ruined the moods when it was going down. So this one had some tonal problems. Like the atmosphere, the mood was good until it wasn't. Now this one's about they'll kind of go for the same dark fairy tale feel that Suspiria had, and it usually did. Again, until it didn't. Now this one is 1980 and set primarily in New York, indicating that the other witch in question is in Rome. Which one of our two characters starts in Rome and does have kind of a meeting with at least stared at by a creepy woman who, according to the trivia, was supposed to be her. So, anyway, so and then one of our leads is a woman who's I don't really know what she does actually, but she's living in this apartment and she's becoming fixated on the three mothers, and is becoming increasingly sure that the building that she's in this area is where then one of them is lairing. Then Mater Tenebrum or Mother Darkness. So, which is supposed to be the youngest and the cruelest of the witches. So she writes her brother to try to get him to come and help her with this. He doesn't get the memo, but he does get a phone call from her, and all he can really make out is to come. But by the time he gets there, she has already been eliminated by the witch, or her coven. And so, as it's investigated. Anyone else who starts looking into it with him, it usually meets an untimely end until the whole building starts burning down. It's mostly a slow burn investigation on his part. Okay, so one of the problems I was having with this one is, what's the plan here? Why is Mother Tenebrum doing what she's doing? And there's also like some scenes in Italy where Mother Lacrimosum is her people deal with the friend of the brother. All they seem to be doing is trying to cover their tracks. Whenever someone starts looking for them, they eliminate them. But that's like, isn't that gonna make more questions than answers? Considering people start, how many people you guys are making disappear? Just saying. And one of them is a bookstore owner who is mustache twirlingly evil. But he's the one that gave the book to the sister. Or I'm just gonna call them brother and sister because I don't remember their names. I'll be honest. To the sister, and she keeps trying to get more information out of him, but he's barely read it and isn't really paying much attention. But the witches still end up eliminating him because I guess he stocked books about them. The fact that there is books about why didn't you eliminate them when they were being written? Or because apparently these guys have been around for a long time. Or why did you wait so long to move on the bookstore guy? He had 3 more copies of the book there. And anyway, he gets eaten. Eventually, ends up getting attacked by rats while trying to drown a bag of kittens. Yeah, like I said, he's mustache twirlingly evil. So it's. And on another point, there's a woman who's pretty much catted to death. It gets silly sometimes. And that's kind of the thing. It's like, some of these guys are like, okay, why are you throwing a swarm of cats at the lady? There's got to be more efficient ways of doing that. And I mean, the rat guy was chewed on by rats for a while until someone eventually just came over and stabbed him. It's like, when something was happening, this movie was interesting. Silly sometimes, but interesting. But there's a lot of periods where it was just very slow burn with little payoff. And in the end, when the witch finally does cut this big dramatic, we are death, it turns into like a skeleton. It just looks silly. I'm sorry. I couldn't take that seriously. The movie is trying to be very kind of a downward mood, slow burn, dark fairy tale, and it didn't really pull it off. I'm gonna give it 4 MacGuffins because the visuals are still interesting and the effects are still good, and some of the stuff are definitely creative. I'll give it that. But overall, Inferno is kind of passable for me, which is a shame because I did enjoy Suspiria. Still waiting to see the Suspiria remake, which I also hear is good, but it just feels like a missed opportunity again. And this one, I'm even rating a little bit lower than I did Therapy because Therapy actually gave me some chills. This one, I was fidgety through all of this. It just wasn't doing it. All right, take care, Void.